Hi everyone, I'm Miss Katie from Rockland Public Library, and May the 4th be with you. Today we're going to be reading a Star Wars story. This is Star Wars BB-8 on the Run, written by Drew Daywalt, illustrated by Matt Myers. Let's see what happens to BB-8. BB-8 wasn't used to being on his own. It was very scary. Look, there's a battle going on. His friend Poe told him to run. "Get as far away as you can," the pilot had said. "I'll come back for you." But BB-8 had seen the explosion back on Twinall. He had feared Poe might be gone. Now it was all up to him to get the top secret map to the Resistance so that they could find Luke Skywalker. All up to him. That was scary. As he took shelter for the night, BB-8 remembered something else Poe had said to him once. "It's easy, buddy. You do good things, and good things will come back to you." But how could such a small droid do such a big job? The next morning, as BB-8 resumed his journey, he was glad to come across someone else. It was Tito. But he was in trouble. His lugabeast was sinking down into the sand. Do you see it sinking down? "Help, please," said Tito in a language that sounded like screeches and warbles. BB-8 was in a hurry to complete his mission, but he felt he needed to help Tito. And to help the lugabeast too. Maybe BB-8 could do something for them. But, oh no, it's a trap! Uh-oh, you see him falling in the pit? Here he goes down. "I'm gonna take you apart and sell you piece by piece," said Tito. "You're even more valuable than the other one." Other one? What other one? A panel closed above BB-8, shutting out the sunlight. He realized the only thing scarier than being alone in the dark was not being alone in the dark. Uh-oh, what is this? Then the huge shape spoke. "Please don't hurt me," it cried, trembling. It wasn't a monster at all. Just a big, gentle loading droid. BB-8 chirped happily at the massive thing. "You promise?" it asked, worried. BB-8 nodded wholeheartedly and beeped and warbled some more. "Your name is BB-8?" said the loading droid. "Mine is F3ZK, but you can call me Fez." The giant was no longer scared, and BB-8 was no longer alone. Fez told BB-8 he was part of a droid ship that was scouting Jakku. His ship was scheduled to leave that afternoon, but Fez was going to miss it because he was stuck in this cell. Scheduled to leave that afternoon. Oh, BB-8 was torn. Should he stay on Jakku in case Poe came back? Or should he try to get off the planet in Fez's ship? The map he had needed to be delivered, and soon. But first they had to get out of this trap. As BB looked at the loose panel in the floor, oh look, there's a loose panel. As he looked at the loose panel on the floor, he realized he had the perfect plan. "Excuse me, Mr. Funny Lizard Man Thing, we need your help," said Fez. Tito ran to see what was wrong. Here's Tito peeking in. BB-8 was missing, and there was an opening in the floor. "We were trying to escape, and he fell in the hole," said Fez. Tito climbed into the cell and looked down into the black space. "I don't see him," he said. "Look closer." Tito bent further over the hole. "Closer," said Fez. Tito leaned way over the opening and peered in. Beep! Whoa! And he fell in. With Tito trapped, the two droids were able to escape. "Let's get out of here so I can go home," said Fez, "and so you can come with me if you want." BB-8 let out a series of chirps. "A mission?" said Fez. "That sounds important. We'd better get you to the ship. It's picking up at the ruins." Here they go, climbing out of the hole. BB-8 and Fez raced across the desert as fast as they could. "The good news is that funny little man is okay," said Fez as he noticed Tito. "The bad news is he's following us." Uh-oh. Suddenly, a flock of angry steelpeckers flew up between BB-8 and Fez. BB-8 flew one way and Fez went the other way, and the birds didn't know which droid to follow. "Hey, over here!" cried Fez, trying to get the steelpeckers' attention. "Run, BB-8! You have to complete your mission!" Fez yelled. "I'll save you!" BB-8 didn't want to leave his friend, but he had to deliver the map, and Fez was already leading those steelpeckers away. Alone once again, BB-8 continued on his journey. He hoped Fez would be okay. When BB-8 entered Kelvin Ravine, he found a scavenger family. "Please, do you know where we can find something to eat?" asked the mother. "My children are hungry." Was this another trap? Thought BB-8. The children crowded around BB-8, and when he saw their thin faces, he knew it wasn't a trick. And he remembered the food packets in the wrecked ship where he had spent the night. But it was in the opposite direction of where he was going. If he hurried, he could get the family to the food and still be back at the droid ship before it took off. But only if he hurried. So BB-8 hurried. Here he goes. Oh, there they are, finding the food. Next, BB-8 found a Hapabor with an injured leg. BB-8 recalled the medical frigate he'd passed that morning. It would have first aid supplies, but going back for them would probably mean missing the ship. BB-8 thought for some time, trying to decide what to do. The Hapabor moaned, "Whoa," and BB-8 made up his mind. Tito was never going to catch him on that slow-moving lugabeast. BB-8 almost felt sorry for that little guy. Almost, but not really. Look, here's Frito still following him. BB-8 finally made it back to the Hapabor with the medical kit. The beast was so happy to be fixed up, he licked him and kissed him, which wasn't necessarily good. Oh, look, it looks very wet. BB-8 worried that he was going to miss the droid ship because he'd stopped to help so many people. Just then, he reached the ruins and he saw something in the distance. The droid ship, at last! Only it was preparing to launch. Oh no, hurry! BB-8 reached the ramp as it started to close. Then he saw a wonderful sight. Fez! Fez was okay. He had escaped the steelpeckers, and he too was running to the droid ship. He waved happily to BB-8, who chirped with joy. They were going to make it off Jakku together after all. But then something terrible happened. Tito appeared, blocking the way. Fez started to panic, but BB-8 quickly formed a plan. He remembered that Tito had said that BB-8 was more valuable to sell than Fez. He also remembered that Fez had saved him from the steelpeckers. BB-8 started to speed away from the ship, and Tito followed BB-8 instead of following Fez. "Where are you going?" yelled Fez. BB-8 beeped an order. Okay, I'll get on the ship, said Fez. Thank you, BB-8. I'll never forget you for helping me. The massive loading droid made it up the ramp just in time. BB-8 felt he had done the right thing in helping Fez, and the hungry family, and the injured Hapabor. But if he had done so many good things, then why was this bad thing happening? He was so confused. Maybe Poe was wrong. Maybe you don't get what you give. And then he saw Ray. And look, she's fixing him up, getting him out of the trap. Or then again, maybe you do. The end. Great listening, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful May the 4th, and May the 4th be with you all. Bye-bye.